Hi all, this is Dr. Ratna Chaturvedi from the Department of Information Technology. The subject which I am taking is Artificial Intelligence, and in this we are doing Unit 3, within which we have seen knowledge representation. Then we talked about various rules which we follow to represent the knowledge using proposition logic. And within that only we are learning more. We today learn about rules of inference in artificial intelligence. So in artificial intelligence we need intelligent computers which can create new logic from the already existing logic, or by the evidence, or by some experience, or by some learning, and can generate some conclusion from the evidence and facts in terms of inference. So these inference can be generated using certain rules. Inference rules are basically some templates for generating valid argument. Inference rules are applied to derive proofs in artificial intelligence, and the proof is basically a sequence of conclusion that leads to the desired goal. So in inference rule, the implication among all the connectors plays a very important role, and these are: first is implication. It is one of the logical connector which can be represented as P implies Q. It is a Boolean expression which will be resulting into true or false value. Then second is converse. Converse of implication means the right handed side of proposition goes to the left hand side and vice versa. Means either P implies Q or Q implies. Contrapositive means the negation of converse is termed as contrapositive. Means if we say Q implies P, we can say not Q implies not P is contrapositive. Inverse, the negation of implication, that is P implies Q, if can be represented using negation, then we say that it is inverse. P implies Q in spite of P implies Q. If we check for not P implies not Q, that is inverse. Now, apart from this, the other terminologies which are used for inference rule is to first of all remember truth table of different compound statements which are given over there. So we have seen these all things. We have to learn about this thing. Okay, let's say P and Q both are given over there, that two propositions, and resulting in either true true, true false, false true, or false false. Then P implies Q. See, P implies Q will be, if P is true and Q is true, the result will be true. If P is true but Q is false, result will be false. If P is false, Q is true, then true. If both are false, then also true. Now we say same we apply in case of Q implies P. Q implies P. If Q is true, P is true, it will be true. If Q is false and P is true, it will be true. But if Q is true and P is false, it will be false. Whereas if both are false, then it will be true. Now we check over here. Not Q implies not P. Negation of this. If you look at the negation of this, then not Q implies not P. Means not true implies not true. False, false. It will be true. Then not Q means true implies not P means false. So if it is true and if it is false, it will be false. Whereas if it is false and if it is true, it will be true. If it is true, it will be true. So if you look over here, P implies Q. The result of P implies Q and the result of not Q implies not P is same. Similarly, the result of Q implies P and the result of P implies not Q is same. So this is where we say that what we can conclude from here, that P implies Q is equivalent to not Q implies not P. Similarly, Q implies P is equivalent to not P implies not Q. So this is how we perform the inference, and this is where we have shown how the compound statements are equivalent to each other. So this is what also a form of inference in artificial intelligence, wherein various inference rules are being used to show the equivalence of compound statements with each other. Now there are different types of inference rule. First is modus ponens. What this modus ponens rule says, that it says that if P is true, if P is true and P implies Q is also true, then we can say that Q is also true. So this is written over here, that if I am sleepy is one proposition, I go to bed is another proposition, and if it says that if I am sleepy I'll go to bed, or another proposition which is given is if I am sleepy then definitely I go to bed is true. So this is modus ponens, rule of modus ponens. Next we will see the truth table. Through truth table also you can see P is 0, Q is 0, P implies Q will be 0. P is 0 but Q is 1, it will be 1. If P is 1, Q is 0, it will be 0, and if both are 1, it will be 1. 1 means true, 0 means false. So you can see that if P is true and P implies Q is true, then Q is also true. So this is a modus ponens rule. Now there is another rule, that is modus tollens. What this modus tollens rule says, that if P implies Q is true, if P implies Q is true and not of Q is also true, then definitely not of P will also be true. How we see over here? Just a minute, look at the truth table and the example. What I am saying, if I am sleepy, if I am sleepy is one, then I go to bed. This is one of the proposition, compound proposition which is given. If I am sleepy, then I go to bed. And then I say I do not go to bed. If I do not go to bed, it means I am not sleepy. I am not sleepy. So if P implies Q is true and not Q is true, then definitely not P will also be true. You can look at the truth table also. These are the truth table, P and Q, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. All the truth values are given. Not P will be opposite of this. 0 becomes 1, 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0, 1 becomes 0. Not Q, 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0, 0 becomes 1, 1 becomes 0. Not P implies Q. P implies Q, what it says, if P is 0, Q is 0, then definitely it will be true. If this is 0, this is 1, then again true. If this is 1, this is 0, it will be 0. If both are 1, it is 1. That is true. Now check, if P implies Q is true, where it is true, here it is true. Fine. And not Q is also true. Where it is true, here it is true only, here, here. Then what we say, that not P is also true. So this is modus tollens. Second inference rule which we'll be using further on to perform resolution. This is hypothetical syllogism. This rule states that if P implies R is true, then P implies Q is true and Q implies R is true. See, if P implies Q is true and Q implies R is true, then definitely P implies R will also be true. This is that. If you have my home key, then you can unlock my home. If you can unlock my home, then you can take my money. It means if you can have my home key, you can take my money. So this is hypothetical syllogism. This is the truth table wherein we have clearly just shown this only, that this is PQR, P implies Q is true, Q implies R is true, then P implies R is also true. P implies Q is true, Q implies R is true, then P implies R is true. Similarly, see, where these, in these places, all the three are true. This is all the three are true, and below. So these all are hypothetical syllogism. Now next is disjunctive syllogism. What it says that if P or Q is true and not P is true, then Q will also be true. If P or Q is true and not of P is also true, then definitely Q will also be true. See with the help of example, today is Sunday or Monday. Fine. True, either it is Sunday or Monday. But I am saying today is not Sunday. If today is not Sunday and I am saying today is Sunday or Monday, then definitely what is left today is Monday. So this is disjunctive syllogism. Now we'll see further. Addition. What addition says, addition rule says that if P is true, then P or Q will be true. If P is true, then P or Q will be true. See, I have a vanilla ice cream. This is true. Okay? Then I have a chocolate ice cream. This is also true. It means that either I have a vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream. I can't have both together. So what I'm saying, if I have a vanilla ice cream, this is P. P is true. I'm saying I have vanilla or chocolate ice cream. This is also true. And if this is also true, then we can say that I have chocolate ice cream Q. This Q is also true. Where this is Q is also. This is the statement. Here this is Q is also true. So this one Q is also true. So this is addition. And this. So what we learned over here, if P is true, then P or Q is also true. So in case P is true over here, P is true over here, then P or Q is also true over here. So no matter what is the value of Q, because Q either will be having chocolate ice cream or not having. But as P is true, then definitely P or Q will also be true, because if any one of this true, I'm saying I have a vanilla ice cream, or I'm saying I have a vanilla ice cream or chocolate ice cream, but I'm saying this is true that I am having a vanilla ice cream, then this is also true that I am having a vanilla or chocolate ice cream. So we see further on. Thanks for the time.